Hello, welcome to the Curse of Strahd series. Before we get started, I want to quickly let you all know that it's gonna die soon. I'm gonna murder it, I'm gonna stab it in the heart. The videos will still be here, don't worry, but I'm gonna stop talking about it soon because I haven't ran it for a while, I haven't played in it in a while, and I feel like I'm getting drained from Curse of Strahd existing. I have been making videos on it for so long, that's fine. I've also ran the hell out of it loads of times and tried to just frickin' suck the life out of every little bit of Curse of Strahd as I can. And I'm starting to like it less as a result, and there are other things I'm very eager to talk about more. Specifically Tomb of Annihilation, so that will be coming up soon. But for now, I will be talking about Curse of Strahd as long as I can before I shoot myself in the brain. In any case, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Rahadin or Din? I'm going to call him Rahadin. That's what we're going for this episode, and you guys can kick off about it in the comments because it helps the algorithm. So I first want to talk about my experience with Rahadin, which is he died really early and I'm kind of upset. My party in Curse of Strahd had, you know, learned where the magic items were, and at, I believe, level 5 charged into Castle Ravenloft to try and grab the magic item and get out. It was in Sergei's tomb as well, which they could get to with just going up a floor and down a floor. But still, that was a risky move. That was a risky move. That could have ended very horribly if they did a couple puzzles bad. So yeah, they were going down into Castle Ravenloft, and after picking up the amulet from Sergei in his tomb, they turned around and Rahadin was just there like, "Sup, I've been following you the entire dungeon. How you doing? I'm gonna kill you now." And then also the horse appeared, Bocephalus, and they juked it the hell out, and Rahadin died because the party got really lucky and played it very well. They had a week to plan for it though, because we ended the last session before we rolled initiative, I think. Or maybe we rolled initiative before. I generally like to roll initiative and then end the session so that the party can kind of plan around that, you know what I mean? But yeah, he got ended very quickly. Couple of clutch spells, including a web spell that just stopped him from escaping a doorway, etc, etc, ended up with him dying. The party had encountered him once before that, I believe, where he acted as a messenger. He came out of the mist because he has a feature where he can hide in mist, very specific and awesome. And he came out and he was like, "Hey, so Strahd's noticed you guys are kind of messing with his stuff. If you guys want to not do that, that would be great." And he's like, "Well, why did he bring us here?" And he's just like, "Who cares?" And that entire encounter was quite a it was a strange and on-edge conversation, because Rahadin appeared and was literally asking, "Keep your distance, 15 foot away, social distancing, so you don't hear the infinite voices in my head, all right, just..." And one person went to walk past him, and then they heard all those frickin' whispers, and he was like, maybe don't do that. And that was another hint that perhaps Rahadin was maybe evil? Maybe. But yeah, he didn't get into combat with them then, because he was simply acting as a messenger, and just yeeted back into the mist once he was done with his quick announcement. Oh, I just remembered. No, them going into the castle at level 5 was me forcing them to. I take back what I was saying earlier about why the heck did they do that. Rahadin was not present for the banquet because I was going to use him as kind of like a, alright, the moment that they leave and Strahd's like, "Please explore at your own will, do whatever," and leaves, the Rahadin would instantly start to follow them with his amazing stealth. And yeah, that's kind of what I'd planned with that, because I think that Rahadin is better done when he is speaking alone, you know what I mean? If him and Strahd were in the same room, Rahadin would just sit there in silence mostly. I mean, sure, he's there, cool. Him not being there, I think, was a quite subtle clue to the party that Rahadin might be spying on them, or at least planning something. Because you would think that Strahd would have his right-hand man to his right during the feast. The airplane agrees. Let's talk about Rahadin in combat, because it's very possible that he might get in it. Whether you want him there for the final boss fight, or if you want him to attack the party at some point individually, which I decided I wanted to do. One key thing to note is that even though it might be more enticing to have him just run into melee, don't do that. Rahadin has just as much good damage potential with his throwing darts as he does with his sword. And he works better when he's away from the main fight, because it's gonna want to make like a party member go and try and 1v1 him. Rahadin in 1v1 is not a good idea for a party member to get into. So I think the best way to use him would be kind of almost enticing a party member into coming within melee of him, because otherwise their problems are not going to be solved. Well, he's just there throwing darts, and sure, other people might have ranged attacks and stuff, but then people like, I don't know, the barbarian or the paladin or the melee fighter, etc., etc., aren't going to be able to get in there without getting in there, so they're going to want to be able to. And then Rahadin does psychic damage, which is the biggest fuck you damage type in the game, apart from maybe force, because nothing's resistant or immune to force. And does like 16 of that as a bonus action, and then also slashes you the fuck up for another 80 billion. So yeah, that's kind of how he works. If he is surrounded, he can always Misty Step out, of course, he has that. And also note that he has the Find Steed spell. He could also have a steed. You could give him any form of steed that you'd want. I would definitely recommend something more majestic and interesting, like maybe an elk. I think an elk would be cool. It's not as practical, but it's certainly cool as hell. Just so that it gives him a little bit more movement speed more than anything. And plus, the way that Find Steed works, Rahadin will actually be able to Misty Step and bring his mount along with him. You could make this mount a little bit more of a big deal. However, it won't have a lot of health, so perhaps it's like an armored elk. It has like elk splint mail on. I don't know, that could be cool. Generally in my games, I rule that when a creature is on a mount, the mount doesn't take damage from area of effects. That's for my players at least, for the purposes of early game Find Steed stuff, because they could just get like fireballed once and now they don't have a mount again. And that's kind of lame to have happened to you repeatedly. And yeah, I generally like to do that. So if you want to do that with Rahadin, or maybe in your games, go ahead. But at the same time, there are also negatives to it, so it will be like you have to focus the mount to kill it, and that might waste actions and actions to get done, etc., etc. In the book, there are a few occasions where Rahadin shows up. I'm going to talk about the final one, where I think it's quite weird. Like in the book, there's like the endings bit, and it talks about like what happens when the game ends. And I think that like Rahadin shows up at the end to start crying over Strahd's body or something, and like try and fight the party. I think it's cooler to have Rahadin just there for the final fight or something. Maybe he shows up for like the second round or something, because the way I like to do the Strahd fight, and I would do it again, is have it start in the room that it was foretold, and then take it continually either up or down the castle until they're either in the crypts or on the roof, that sort of thing. And maybe Rahadin is either in the crypts or on the roof. Who knows? That could be pretty cool. Him and Strahd do work pretty well in tandem from their kits and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I got to say about my boy Rahadin. He's pretty simple, pretty easy to run, and pretty cool. If you like the video, then like the video. You can also subscribe by subscribing to the channel. You can also join the Discord by clicking on the link to join the Discord in the description. And you can comment by typing in the comments below and sending it. If you do that, then I will like you more. Please, no. I'm not your friend. I am your anti-friend. I'm your enemy. But yeah, thank you for watching. See ya. It's not like it's our channel or anything. No, you guys need to come up with the videos, or I'm kicking off.
Pull your weight, Discord.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I'm shutting down this channel if you guys don't edit my videos for me.
Hey, you'd be putting me out of a fucking job there.
Yeah, but if they do it for free. No one takes Laura's job. Alright,
Yes.
Alright, throw hands.
I throw fists.
Hello, and welcome to the Curse of Strahd series. Before
Start that again, because I was pew-pewing when you said hello. I said pew-pew and you went hello halfway through the second pew. Sorry.
What if I just don't?
Well,
And then that's the intro that you have to use.
No, then I'll just cry.
Yeah, I know, right?